Let us study the second natural resource, water, properties of water. Let's recall what are the states in which water is found. So there are three states of water: solid, liquid and gaseous. What inference will you draw from the pictures alongside? Water occurs in liquid state under ordinary conditions. Water is a fluid substance. Water does not have its own shape but has its own volume. It can pass through small holes or seep through very small gaps or cracks. On pouring water in an oil-cladded dish, water does not spread but forms small round drops. Why does this happen? Because water is less dense than oil, is unable to spread in denser oils, so oil droplets are formed. Now let us see further. Water is a colorless, odorless, transparent liquid at normal temperature. Odorless means no smell. It is a chemically neutral substance which makes it an ideal medium for most chemical reactions. The density of water is 1 gram per cc. Now, try this simple experiment at home. Take a plastic bottle more than half full of water. Mark the water level on the bottle. Keep this bottle upright in the freezer for making ice. Open the freezer after a couple of hours and observe. You will see that the water has changed into ice. Note the level of the ice. You will find that the ice level is higher than the water level before freezing. What can you infer from this? As water freezes to form ice, it expands and its volume increases. On freezing, how much was the increase in the volume of water? In what proportion did it increase? Okay, so let's find out. Now, take a bucket of water, drop many different kinds of articles in it. Make separate lists of the articles which sink in the water and those that float on it. Now, third experiment. I will demonstrate to you a simple experiment. Take a glass filled with water and add some pieces of ice to it. Observe what happens. Why do we see the ice float on water? Ice is lighter than water. When water freezes to form ice, it becomes lighter than the original liquid. When water freezes, that is, when it transforms into the solid state, its volume increases. Therefore, the density of ice is less than that of water. That is why ice floats on water. Now, let's see, what do you mean by density of water? The interrelation between the volume and mass of a substance. The space occupied by a substance is its volume. So this is the definition of volume. You can mark it. So volume is the space occupied by a substance. The store of matter in a substance is its mass. So this is the definition of mass. You can mark it. So that is the amount of matter in a substance is mass. So we get the formula here. Density is equal to mass upon volume. Mass is measured in grams and volume in cubic centimeters. Hence, density is equal to gram, gm, upon cubic centimeters, that is cc. Hence, grams per cc is the unit of density. If the mass of 1 liter of water is 1 kilogram, then what is the density of water? It is 1 kilogram per liter. So I hope with the help of this experiment you have understood the various concepts and the properties of water. Think, will the mass of water change when its state changes during the transformation of liquid water into ice? No, it does not change. The mass of water does not change. Now, let us go to a new concept of anomalous behavior of water. Anomalous means something different, abnormal behavior. Now, what is this behavior of water? Let us see. Usually, when the temperature of a substance is lowered, its density increases as the volume decreases. So, please mark this. Usually, till volume decreases. But water is an exception to this rule. For the experiment, keep a glass full of water in a freezer for 5 to 10 minutes. Then take it out and observe carefully. From which part in the glass does the water first start freezing? So you will do this experiment and you will observe it. The density of water is peculiar. When the water at normal temperature starts cooling, its density increases like that of most liquids. However, if its temperature falls below 4 degrees centigrade, its density starts decreasing. This means that density of water is maximum at 4 degrees centigrade. Underline that. Density of water is maximum at 4 degrees centigrade. If the temperature of water is lowered below 4 degrees centigrade, its density decreases and volume increases. Note down, its density decreases and volume increases. It means that water expands when the temperature falls below 4 degrees centigrade. This is called anomalous behavior of water. Now you can look at this picture here. See here it is 4 degrees, 3 degrees, 2 degrees, -1, 0, and here there is ice formed here. So there is ice at the top. So this is anomalous behavior of water. Now here in the slide you can also see here how the cold water, the molecules are a little bit closer. Warm water, they are a bit far, and ice, they are got a definite shape because it is a solid. Now let's continue on the next page. Use your brain power. In cold countries, how do aquatic animals remain alive even if the rivers or lakes freeze in winter? So this is because of the anomalous behavior of water which we just saw. Due to the anomalous behavior of water, water cools and turns into ice. Its volume increases, so density decreases. Therefore, ice floats on water, and you know that ice is a bad conductor of heat, so it does not allow outside heat to go from the ice to water. So water temperature below the ice doesn't change. Therefore, it remains as water. So the aquatic animals remain alive even after the rivers or the lakes freeze in winter. Now, let us see a simple experiment. Take 2 big glasses of water. Add 4 to 5 spoonfuls of salt to the water in one glass and dissolve it completely. Now, take a potato in water and place it in the first glass. The potato will sink in it. Now, remove the potato from that glass and put it in the salt water and observe. The density of water in that glass is greater due to dissolved salt. The potato floats in that water because of increased density. Why is it easier to swim in the sea than in a well or lake? We all know that sea water is salty because of the minerals dissolved in it. And these substances are absent in the lake as well as the well. So because of the salts, the density of the sea water is more, hence it is easier to swim in the sea water. In the above activity, the salt dissolves in the water, in the glass, that is, it disappears. What happens when it disappears like this? When salt dissolves in water, its particles spread in the water. Slowly, they become smaller and smaller. Ultimately, they become so small that they cannot be seen. That is, they mix completely with water. This is what is called as dissolving. Now, let us see the concept of solute. What is a solute now? A solute is a substance that dissolves. For example, salt or sugar. Salt or sugar dissolves in water, hence they are called as solutes. Now, let us go to solvent. What do you mean by a solvent? The substance in which the solute dissolves is called as a solvent. For example, water. We have seen that in water, salt dissolves, sugar dissolves, and many more other substances dissolve. Third, solution. What we get when the solute dissolves in the solvent, dissolves is called as a solvent. That means solute plus solvent will give you a solution. So that is why when salt is dissolved in water, it turns salty solution. If sugar is dissolved in water, we get a sweet solution. So I hope you have understood the concept of solute, solvent and solution. Now let us go to the uses of water according to its properties. First, water is useful for transport due to its fluidity. Water falling down from a height is used to generate electricity with the help of a generator. Second, water is a good coolant and is used in motor vehicles to control the temperature of engine. Third, many substances are soluble in water. Water is a universal solvent. Water is used as a solvent in factories, laboratories, foodstuffs, and in various types of biological processes occurring in the body, such as digestion, excretion, etc. Hence, we should all drink lots of water to help our body. Fourth, water is useful for cleaning purposes such as for bathing, washing clothes, etc. So I hope you have all understood the various properties of water.